What is good, y'all? It is a Super Bowl preview. Patriots, Seahawks. I appreciate all of y'all joining in. And this is going to be a great game. This is going to be a great game. I got to let y'all know I'm a little bit sick. A tad bit. Actually, a tad bit is underselling it. I'm pretty sick because I'm an Eagles fan. And we should be in the game. Our our roster, top to bottom. Who's messing with us? But what do both of these teams have? Great coaching. Mike Vrabel is the coach of the year for a reason. Mike McDonald, he could have very well won coach of the year. And I don't think anybody could have sneezed at it. These offensive coordinators, Clint Kubiak is going to be the Raiders' next head coach. And it's funny because I expect him to do several things that are super creative to show to the whole entire world what he's going to end up doing in Las Vegas. Then you got on the Patriots side, Josh McDaniels. He was the assistant coach of the year. The same guy that was Tom Brady's play caller and is one of the best OCs ever. I'd not stutter ever. He's one of the best offensive coordinators ever. So both of these teams are extremely well coached and they have great defenses, especially in these playoffs. Talking about the Patriots. Now, the Seahawks defense has been great the whole entire year, and every metric, especially with the simulator pressures, with them stunts that they do, being able to get pressure with four, man, like you're looking at this. Both teams have a lot of strengths. I'm going to talk about the weaknesses both these teams have. But before we start into the matchups and my prediction and my prop bets that I have for y'all, let's start off with some, I guess, couple of icebreakers, but some prompts. And I want y'all to answer these questions. If Sam Darnold wins Super Bowl MVP and obviously wins a ring, where does he rank amongst the best quarterbacks in the league? I'm thinking about this, right? Think about this. Sam Darnold at this point, if you are a super duper Sam Darnold fan, been following him since USC, and that's your guy, the highest you can have him is number 8. That's the highest you can have him. The lowest, I would say, probably like 14, 15. I'm more in the middle. I'm not going to lie. I do not think Sam Darnold would perform that well in the NFC Championship game. He proved me wrong. Now he has to do it again. Unfortunately, how this stuff works, it's like if you don't do it in the big game, folks forget what you did leading up there. That's what they did. So he's got to perform. I think that if he wins MVP and the Seahawks win the Bowl, I will put him in top 10 talks. Not no top 5 talk. Not doing that. And come on, not doing that. But I think you can't have a top 10 list going into 2026 season without Sam Darnold being on there. Or it's like, maybe at 10 you have Brock Purdy and at 11 you have Sam Darnold. That's not crazy either. But let's list down the top 10, right? Mahomes, Lamar, Josh, Burrow, Stafford, Hurts, May. We're at 7. Yes, I said Hurts. I'm still riding with my guy. We're at 7. Did I mention Herbert? So that's 8. I think Purdy's in there. I'm high on Purdy. And then you can go, I said Dak. So Dak is in there for sure. That's a good 10 right there. Mahomes, Lamar, Burrow, Allen, Hurts, Stafford, May, Dak, Purdy, Herbert. I think that's a pretty good top 10. So I think when you are arguing Sam Darnold for top 10, majority of the conversations are going to be around who is he better at? Who is he better than in the Brock Purdy, Hurts, those type of guys. And it's not even, y'all know how I feel about Jalen Hurts, but majority of folks aren't going to have him in that top tier elite range, unfortunately. So it's going to be a situation where is he better than Justin Herbert? Is he better than Brock Purdy? He's better than Jalen Hurts. Like, those are the talks that Sam Darnold will be in if he wins Super Bowl MVP. So that's interesting there. I guess if you're basing it off this season, yeah, let's go into Sam Darnold this season, right? Because through the first 11 games from week 1 to week 10, he had a 77 QBR. Best in the NFL. Averaging 9.3 yards per drop back. Weeks 11 through 18, it fell to 35. That's what it is, y'all. So it's kind of like a tale of two seasons for Sam Darnold, right? Because he is somebody that like you really saw him in a shootout against Baker Mayfield, making plays after plays. The issue with Sam Darnold was the turnovers, right? It was just the turnovers. But looking at him and his best games this season, he went berserk against the Bucks. He went berserk against the Commanders. Falcons game, he went off. The Rams game, the second time, he was great in overtime. But the first 3 quarters, he wasn't very good. So again, he was great through the first 11 games. I mean, this guy had a QBR of 96 against the Buccaneers, 98 against the Saints, 97 against the Commanders, 77 against the Cardinals, right? So especially against the teams that you're supposed to beat, Sam Darnold and the Seahawks, they did their thing, right? Did their thing, and it's the reason why they're the number 1 seed. Then you saw on the latter part of the season, he tailed off. So the question is, which Sam Darnold are we going to get? In the playoffs, he has not turned over the ball one time. He has not turned over the ball one time. Got to give the Bubba some respect for that. I do think he's going to turn over the ball in this game. I do not believe that he goes this full postseason after leading the league in turnovers without committing a turnover in the playoffs. So I do believe he will regress to the mean and there will be a pick or a fumble that will happen in this game. But the narrative with Darnold is, which Darnold are you getting? Obviously, if he performs how he did in the Rams game, the Seahawks are going to win, and they'll probably win in blowout fashion. If you are a Patriots fan, you need Sam Darnold to have multiple turnovers, not just one, multiple. You need that. I'm thinking about the Patriots against the Broncos. I'm talking about the Broncos too. I'm talking about the Patriots. Against the Broncos, their only touchdown came from Jared Stidham's fumble that set up Drake Maye's touchdown. So the question here is, are the Patriots going to be able to continue to force turnovers at the high clip they were doing in the AFC? They forced 8 turnovers, 8 in the AFC. So that's something that Patriots fans, y'all are 100% banking on, is winning the turnover battle. That is your recipe for success. Now we got to talk more about Drake Maye. Drake Maye is somebody who was phenomenal in the regular season. He was the runner-up for MVP for a reason. I think that if somebody said Drake Maye is the MVP, they're not crazy. They're not crazy at all. That's a perfectly valid take. I know with the MVP, Stafford won it. It was super close. It's a pick 'em. Whatever you like. But Drake Maye was undeniably great. We'll talk about the MVP a little bit later. So with Drake Maye, it's like you got the Patriots to become the 2 seed. You got them to get multiple home playoff games in the playoffs. But you haven't been that good in the playoffs, bro. You have not been that good. So that's the question for Drake Maye. It's kind of like the opposite. It's kind of like heading into the playoffs, Drake Maye was playing at an elite level. In the playoffs, he hasn't been that good. It's been his defense carrying him. Sam Darnold wasn't that good going into the playoffs. And then come playoff time, he's lights out. So again, which guy are we going to get? I do believe with Drake Maye, it's really about the defenses that he's going up against. I mean, when you look at the talent that he's had to go up against, the Patriots are the first team since the merger to beat 3 top 5 defenses in one postseason. Yes, Drake Maye has not been good, but also he has faced 3 of the top 5 defenses in the NFL. The Chargers defense, they got studs everywhere. We know Houston's defense is generational. We know that CJ Stroud, if he just played decent, he wouldn't have wasted a generational defense. That's just the facts. And then the Broncos were the #1 rated defense all season long. So we're looking at all of this. Which Drake Maye are you going to get? And the Seahawks defense, they got some dudes. They've been lights out all season long. Byron Murphy, Leonard Williams. That tackle duo has been probably the best in the NFL this season. Definitely top 3. And so their whole focus will be, can those 4 guys, they don't want to stack the box because they want to have 2 high safeties to stop explosive plays. But you want those 2 defensive tackles to be able to limit the run game. So again, they're going to be facing a ferocious defense, the Patriots are. And we're going to see exactly what they do against that team. And if Drake Maye can go back to the MVP that he was in the regular season. Now, big picture, both of these teams were not anywhere close to being favored to win the Super Bowl. That's why if we're betting, it's like for next season, go for the long shot. Go for the long shot. Don't do the Bills and the Ravens. Like, go for the long shot. If you're going to do a little sprinkle, go for the long shot. Go for a team that nobody's thinking about. You could get rewarded very, very well. Think about the people that had the Seahawks going to the bowl, or they had the Patriots winning their division and going to the bowl. They're up right now. So the Patriots had 80-1 odds to win the Super Bowl. Opened at 80-1. The Seahawks opened at 60-1. So nobody would have thought that the Seahawks and Patriots would be the Super Bowl matchup. You could chalk it up to, well, the Lions underperformed, the Eagles underperformed. But hey, bruh, the Seahawks, they were great all year, and you got to give them credit. You could chalk it up to the AFC. Well, Mahomes out, Lamar out, Burrow out, Josh folded. You can say all of that stuff for sure. Thing is, bro, like, you gotta play who you gotta play. So now we're here. So the Darnold factor, him either playing up to expectations or playing down to expectations, that's going to be a storyline because you want to see how he does with expectations. That's definitely something on my mind. Also, what's on my mind is Drake Maye. How will he do against this Seahawks defense that undoubtedly has dudes on all three levels? Now let's get into certain matchups that we are looking at. And just to mention this too, the Seahawks are riding a 9-game winning streak. 9-game winning streak. And obviously they clinched the 1 seed and have been on a tear. So let's talk about matchups and advantages. What is the Seahawks defense going to do in this game to stop Drake Maye? Well, first off, the Seahawks defense doesn't respect the Patriots rushing attack. This is not opinion. I'm letting you know when the Seahawks face the Patriots, their defensive coverages will show you they don't respect Travion Henderson and Ramondre Stevenson. They don't. And that's exactly what they will show. The thing with the Patriots, they had the highest explosive play rate, 13% out of any team in the NFL. Drake Maye was deadly accurate, and he was great at pushing the ball downfield. So you got some guys that they have a high completion percentage, but that's because they're doing checkdowns. You get to see how great a quarterback is with his completion percentage compared to the average depth of target. So when Drake Maye is throwing the ball downfield, but he's still highly accurate, he led the league in completion percentage as well as average yards per pass. I think that is, yards per pass attempt. So he's going to push the ball down the field. So the Seahawks are like, well, we don't respect your run game. And we love Byron Murphy and Williams to keep y'all at bay. And we're going to be in a 2-high safety shell, have 2 high safeties to eliminate explosive plays, which are the Patriots' specialty. The team with the most explosive plays, ding, 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 is going to win the game. Going to win the game. So looking at this, they have Devin Witherspoon and Josh Jobe on the outside. Those guys are studs. Witherspoon is a stud. Josh Jobe, he turned his career around. I think him being in practice with JSN, I love that iron sharpens iron. He's been really good for them. So you put in Nick Imanwori, the rookie. It was pretty cool when his mom, who's Nigerian, was like, I mean, I don't really know too much about the Super Bowl, but like, I love my son. I was like, that's what it's all about. It's like when the mother's just like loving on the son, it's like, hey man, like it sounds cool. Like, hey, but like, I guess like Super Bowl is cool. It's because kind of funny, like she don't really know how important the bowl is in America. But it was cute. It was a cute little moment there. But he was banged up, right? I think an ankle. So is he going to be 100%? He's good to go, but that's a wild card there. How healthy will Nick Imanwori be? He's great in the nickel. Julian Love, Kobe Bryant over the top, safeties. Here's the thing. The Seahawks have allowed just 5.5 yards per attempt in the nickel. So Nick Imanwori is a huge piece, probably the most valuable player on that defense because his ability in the nickel to be a great tackler, to just be a lockdown guy in the slot, it allows this defense to play to its full potential. Then you got the Seahawks front seven against the Patriots offensive line. There's somebody on the Patriots offensive line. The brother's name is Will Campbell. Will Campbell. And they call him short arms. Dinosaurs, dinosaur arms, all that stuff. Like, look, I get it. It's the butt of every joke, the arm stuff. I'll give Will Campbell this. I mean, he is going up against Will Anderson, then Danielle Hunter, Nick Benito. I mean, like, it's not like he isn't going against the best edge rushers in the game. You feel what I'm saying? So that's something that you definitely got to just take into account there. Like, give the guy some slack. But I don't know, man. Them Seahawks edge rushers and the pressure they can get inside, he might have to help some of his guys inside. And he might be on the island on the outside. So DeMarcus Lawrence, this is a great story. I think he's going to have a monster game. He was the guy, the former Cowboy, that said after last season, I went to Seattle because I knew I wasn't going to win a championship in Dallas. He got clowned. They said, you actually think you're going to win a Super Bowl with Seattle? A team that nobody had winning their division? And he's in the bowl. I expect DeMarcus Lawrence. He got 6 sacks in the regular season, 3 forced fumbles. I could see him definitely winning that matchup against Will Campbell. So that's somebody I would, love to see. But obviously, as we said earlier, the Seahawks front seven is going to be able to stop the run. If they are what they are advertised to be, they should be able to stop the run. For sure. For sure. Now, on the Patriots side, here is how they are going to defend the Seahawks. They need to stop the run. So it's flipped. You see, the Seahawks, they want to stop those deep shots. They want to stop those explosive plays in the passing game. They are primarily trying to stop Drake Maye. That is their biggest point of emphasis. The Patriots are saying, okay, I get, might not have the most talent, but we are going to stop y'all in the run game. The Seahawks are a run-first team. They have an all-world receiver, but they love to pound the rock. They love to pound the rock. They love to be in second and short, third and short, and use the play action to keep the defense guessing. If the Patriots can force the Seahawks into second and long, into third and long, now it's we're forcing Sam Darnold to beat us. And the more third and longs that Sam Darnold has, Mike Vrabel is telling his guys he's going to give up a turnover. He's going to give up a pick. So that's the Patriots' emphasis, is to put pressure on Sam Darnold to essentially be what he was in the NFC Championship game. They're going to live and die. If Sam Darnold has 3 touchdowns, 350 yards, GG, we lost. GG, we lost. But they would rather take that chance than Kenneth Walker running amok and getting 3 touchdowns on him. So again, the Seahawks are trying to defend the pass. The Patriots are trying to defend the run. That is the difference in the game right there. And whoever can stop either one in having either a stack box or guarding the deep shot is going to decide the game as well as the turnovers. Now we got some key matchups, right? And these lead into the player props. Because How y'all feel about JSN? Comment down below. How do y'all feel about JSN? Everybody's going to bet on JSN. I get it. He's the offensive player of the year. In the NFC Championship, he had a $150. He was on another level. The Patriots know that. They've had 2 weeks to prepare. 2 weeks. I'm not saying they're going to hold the brother to 70, to like 50 some yards or something. I could definitely see them holding him to 80. The funny part is like me saying the Seahawks could only get 80 yards out of JSN, only 80. Well, the way that he's been playing, if he gets 80, a lot of his overs aren't going to hit. Folks going to pick the 100, 110, 120, 90. It's going to be so boosted. I don't see the value in it. I think that the Patriots are going to be solely focused on stopping the run and not allowing Jaxon Smith-Njigba to beat them. So the matchup is going to be JSN against the Patriots defensive backs. How will JSN do against Christian Gonzalez on the outside? I don't expect Gonzalez to travel. So now it's JSN against Marcus Jones, the nickel. Marcus Jones has been really good in the playoffs. What about Carlton Davis? I believe JSN cooks Carlton Davis. Carlton Davis, he's a pretty good cornerback too. But when you're up against the offensive player of the year, I'm just sorry. There's only so much you can do. So I think JSN right there, he'll be doubled. And I personally don't like his receiving props. I'm not going to touch those because they're so juiced up. But what I love is the value in Cooper Kupp and Rashid Shaheed, because the Patriots are basically saying, we are not going to let JSN beat us. We are not going to let Kenneth Walker beat us. If Rashid Shaheed has a beam, if Rashid Shaheed has 70 yards, 80 yards, if Cooper Kupp turns back the clock and gets another Super Bowl MVP, all right, we tried. So I think there's going to be plenty of one-on-one opportunities for Cooper Kupp in the slot. He's a savvy vet that he's ready for these big moments. And Rashid Shaheed has been balling. John Snyder is the executive of the year because of the Rashid Shaheed trade on November 4th, 2025. Talk about him later on in this, because I think you can sprinkle something on Rashid Shaheed that not too many folks are talking about, right? So those are the matchups offensively for the Seahawks that the Patriots defensively are going to have to worry about. So you're looking at the 2 elite run defenses, 2 high safety looks from the Seahawks. The Patriots this postseason, their offense has not been good. Simply has not been good. So talking about the advantages for the Patriots, it's Drake Maye show. If you think the Patriots win, you might as well just parlay that with Drake Maye MVP, because the narrative is all for Drake Maye if the Patriots win, because of the Tom Brady factor. It's because of the what are the Patriots going to do in the post-Tom Brady era. Y'all feel me? You feel me? That's what we are going to see. So ultimately, we are looking at all it is. I think if you got the Patriots, you need turnovers from Sam Darnold, and Drake Maye to play out of body. It's just that Seahawks defense is elite, man. It's elite. So I love the under in this game. I love the under, and we will get to my best bets in this game, but that's exactly what it is. Also, I think that Stephon Diggs, I could definitely see a touchdown. I think his touchdowns around like plus 200, plus 250, plus 270. I like that a lot. I like that a lot. So, quick take is if the Patriots win, Drake Maye solves the puzzle. If the Seahawks win, is because their overall team is just too dominant for the Patriots to withstand. It's like there is a talent disparity right there, or discrepancy rather. Let me get that right there. So that's exactly what it is. So let's get into my best bets. Best bets. I got 3 for y'all. My first best bet is under 45 and a half. Under 45. I believe this is a defensive game, not an offensive shootout. Let me know in the comments. Is this a defensive game or an offensive game? Do you see a shootout or a low-scoring game? I firmly believe that Seahawks defense is for real, and they will limit the Patriots from explosive plays. I also believe the Patriots defense, especially in the playoffs, has been on another level. And Sam Darnold, I think he's due for turnovers in this game. So I like a low-scoring game. I also like the under on the first quarter total. You know, they got that long behind pregame with the national anthem and lift every voice and sing. It's all of that stuff, bro. It's all of that stuff. It's like, you know, like the players new to this, they might be a little bit rusty, 2 weeks rest, all this media and stuff, some nerves, some jitters. I could see like 3-0, 3-3, 0-0 after the first quarter. I could see that. So I would love to trail an under first quarter as well as under for the whole entire game. My second prop, Sam Darnold interception. Sam Darnold interception. Thing is, the brother has led the league in turnovers. Do you really think he is going without a turnover, without an interception in the playoffs? You feel me? I don't know. Hey, look, I'm a big Eagles fan. Jalen Hurts, he won MVP. He had a great game. He did have a turnover. He did have an interception in that game. So, like, just because I got Sam Darnold getting an interception, that's not me saying he's going to crap the bed. I ain't saying that. And we're going to get to my prediction, but again, I love Sam Darnold to get a pick. And then my last prop is Drake Maye under 35 rushing yards. Let's break this down for y'all. An OG told me this, who is a former offensive lineman in the NFL, Jeff Swartz. He said this, and it's totally facts. Drake Maye, I think he has 128 or 129 passing rushing yards. All right, here's what it is in the playoffs. Drake Maye this postseason, he has had 129 scramble yards in the AFC playoffs. That's the fourth most by a quarterback in 20 years. I will say it again. And this looks like I'm saying it's treading upwards for Maye to go over 35 and a half, but I'm going to explain why I'm taking the under. I like the under because, yes, Drake Maye has been highly productive rushing the ball in the playoffs. The Seattle Seahawks notice Mike McDonald is a defensive wizard, defensive mastermind. He's going to have his players in zone for majority of the game. When they're in zone, their linebackers are going to be on the edges versus stacked in the box. With that happening, Drake Maye is going to have spies on him at all times, preventing him to break away and run. So I see him having 20 rushing yards, 25 rushing yards, 15 rushing yards. I don't see him going over 35 rushing yards because the Seahawks know you have to stop Drake Maye. With the Seahawks or whatever, they know we got to stop Drake Maye. We got to stop him. The Patriots are saying we got to stop JSN. We have got to stop Kenneth Walker. The Seahawks know the only way the Patriots win this game is if Drake Maye has an out-of-body performance. That's exactly what it is. So Drake Maye got to go off. That's what it is right there. Drake Maye, I expect him to have, under rushing yards. Now let's get to my prediction for this game. And before I say this, I got a lot of respect for both teams, bro. I have a lot of respect for both teams. I know y'all got some questions that I will certainly answer. And I think it's pretty cool that we have the situation where essentially you have two head coaches that are defensive minds. This is an offensive league. And you're looking at this like Sean McVay, Andy Reid, the Sean Paytons of the world. Like, they love the offensive guys. But it's these defensive coaches that are the ones that are in the big game. So Mike McDonald is an elite coach right now. He is great. And he was amazing with the Ravens. They had a phenomenal defense. He leaves. The defense drops off a little bit, actually a lot. Zach Orr, he hasn't been that good. And with the Seahawks, each year, they've gotten better. They've impressed every single year. Mike Vrabel, he has the edge in experience because he's a former player who was in the Super Bowl. And he has more years of coaching experience. Former Titans coach. He's a culture builder. So both coaches are great. Let me say this. I got the Seahawks 21, Patriots 18. I know, man. I love Patriots plus 4.5. I do believe this game will be decided by a field goal. I think as long as Sam Darnold doesn't have a terrible game, the Seahawks are going to win. If Sam Darnold has a great game, this could be a blowout. I don't think he has a great game. I think he has a decent game. He'll have a mistake here and there, but he'll also have a great throw here and there. So it'll all balance out. I think that both defenses are going to be lights out in the beginning. In the middle, you'll see some more offense, but I feel like the under in this game is so green, bro. It's so green. Again, if you're a Patriots fan, you are rooting for Sam Darnold to crap the bed. If you are a Seahawks fan, you're basically saying we got to stop explosive plays and not give up special teams plays. So that's what the Patriots are banking on, right? That's exactly what the Patriots are banking on. They're banking on turnovers and special teams plays. Travion Henderson, maybe he's the one that opens the game with a kickoff return touchdown. Never know. That could be him. So that's my prediction, 21-18. Let me know what y'all think. I know some of y'all got an offensive shootout. No, some of y'all, got defensive masterclass. Again, I have a defensive masterclass. Now we talked about my prop bets, the certain matchups in this game, whether it is the Seahawks defensive line against Ramondre Stevenson, Travion Henderson, whether it is the Patriots defensive backs trying to limit JSN in some way. What about Cooper Kupp and Rashid Shaheed? I'm going to give y'all my Super Bowl MVP. I'm not trolling. I'm being dead serious. Ride with me. Let me break this down. I like Rashid Shaheed to win MVP. He's a sneaky pick, bro. Everybody's going to pick Sam Darnold. Everybody's going to pick Drake Maye. Let's be different. Let's go against the grain. Let's take a risk. You can sprinkle something on Rashid Shaheed because Rashid Shaheed impacts the game in 4 ways. I don't think there's a player on the field that impacts the game 4 ways the way Rashid Shaheed can. Think about this. He can score off a kickoff return touchdown, off a punt return touchdown. He can be a receiver, or he can rush out the backfield. Then jet sweeps. I mean, the only knock on him is that he doesn't get as many opportunities through the air because JSN gets most of the touches. But if you think about this, let's say Rashid Shaheed has a punt return for a touchdown, and he has a couple of fantastic plays offensively through the air or rushing the ball. If the brother gets 2 touchdowns, he's winning MVP. He's winning MVP. Obviously, Darnold is going to be the favorite because folks are betting the Seahawks to win. Obviously, JSN, but I see so much attention going to JSN that somebody else is going to go off. It's either going to be Cooper Kupp or Rashid Shaheed or both of those guys. So that's what I'm seeing. I would love to know what y'all think. Love to know what y'all think, man. I know somebody in the comments, they said Hunter Henry MVP. Shoot, here's my thing. If you got the Patriots winning, that means Drake Maye is MVP. I don't see a world in where Drake Maye, who some might say got snubbed from MVP, misses out on Super Bowl MVP and the Patriots win the bowl. That would mean Drake Maye would have to be so bad. And if Drake Maye is terrible or subpar or just decent, I don't see the Patriots winning this game. He's got to be phenomenal. So I get that. I get going for the top favorite on the Patriots side, going with Drake Maye because, he's somebody that they're going to ride and die with him. Some folks say Stephon Diggs. And he would have to have the best game of the freaking century to win MVP. You got the Cardi B narrative, all that stuff. That's cool. The thing is it's going to be really hard for Diggs to get MVP over Drake Maye. Extremely hard to do. So that's something that I know the hype is going to be there. And it's going to be crazy odds. So I don't blame you for doing a little sprinkle. But if the Patriots win, it's going to be the Drake Maye show. It's going to be Drake Maye winning that. Also, here's the Tom Brady element, which plays into the Drake Maye lore, the Drake Maye narrative. And I'm going to be nasty right now, but we're all human. I don't blame Tom Brady for thinking this or potentially thinking this. You never know what he's thinking. Never know what he's thinking. Do you really think Tom Brady is rooting for the Patriots? I don't think he is. I think he would love to be the one quarterback that delivered for Foxborough. I think if another player brings a championship to Foxborough, Drake Maye kind of takes some shine from Brady. Some might say, well, Brady's legacy is cemented. Think about it like this. The Chicago Bulls, when ever since Michael Jordan left, outside of like the D-Rose seasons, like they've never had a player that was ever like an MVP guy or anything like that, or getting them to like a deep playoff run and all that stuff. So like I'm looking at it like I know Jordan likes the fact that the glory days were back in his time, and he's the GOAT of basketball. Football wise, Tom Brady's the GOAT. And not only did he leave the Patriots, he left them and won with the Buccaneers. That adds to his lore, that adds to his GOAT status. Drake Maye winning, it kind of takes away a little bit of Tom Brady doing it, being the only guy or whatever. So I know folks love like that new shiny toy. That's Drake Maye. The comparisons are inevitable, but that whole narrative of Drake Maye kind of capturing the throne and being the next guy to deliver a championship for Foxborough in the post-Tom Brady era, that plays into his hands, no doubt. No doubt. Now, let's answer some questions that y'all have. And y'all got a bunch. And I appreciate y'all tuning in, man. It's been a pleasure to be on here. Shout out to Bovada and them having me on here. Will Seahawks limit Drake Maye's rushing? As we talked about earlier, I believe they will. The Seahawks are going to be in zone, which means that they're going to have multiple eyes on Drake Maye on the edges, preventing him from escaping outside the pocket. I don't believe that they will be in man coverage that much in this game, and there's going to be an emphasis on Drake Maye's rushing. Your favorite prop bet? My favorite prop bet has got to be Sam Darnold pick. Again, I got the Seahawks winning, but Sam Darnold can definitely have a pick. The guy led the league in turnovers. Led the league. He pushes the ball downfield. He is aggressive. He had no turnovers in the divisional round, in the conference championship. I believe that he has a pick in this game. That's my favorite prop. And I ain't gonna lie, the under, I love it. I love the under a lot. Who do I think will throw for more yards, Maye or Darnold? Interesting, right? Because I think talent-wise, the Seahawks have more talented receivers. I don't feel like that's a debate. The thing with the Patriots, they're going to be they are going to have to throw the ball. They will have to throw the football. They have to. Because their run game is not going to do them any favors. Henderson, Stevenson, they're not going to be able to run on Williams and Murphy II. They're just not. So you're going to have second and longs, third and longs. I expect the Patriots to pass more, and that's why I will say Maye will have more passing yards than Sam Darnold in this game. All right, now y'all got jokes because I see, was Collinsworth a good choice for this game? Look, if Mahomes was playing, bro, like, yeah, he'll be a bad choice because he be glazing Mahomes. Oh my gosh. But like, I like Mike Tirico though. I feel like they're a good combo when it's not Mahomes playing, but Mike Tirico, he's the GOAT. Oh my God. He's just amazing. The Collinsworth, he cool. At least Mahomes are not in the game. You think it's going to be more of a defensive or offensive game? I will say defensive. I think both defenses have been lights out, especially the Patriots in the playoffs. And I think all season long, the Seahawks have been great. But I think that it will be a defensive game. I will be shocked. If the game is a shootout. I'll be completely shocked. My favorite obscure game prop and player prop for this year's Super Bowl. I think one that's kind of funny is the national anthem. Charlie Puth. What he do like this? See you again, Sean. I think like the over on the national anthem again. Please do not just like bet the crib on this. Please don't do that. Please don't. But I love the over. I think Charlie Puth gonna have some what's it called? Some runs in there. Some mm, mm. I ain't gonna do the I feel like he might do a little Fergie. He just do like some runs. I'm singing a little bit. I'm not a singer. I'm not a singer. But that's what it is. I feel like he can go over on the 120. Also, if you feel like Stephon Diggs is going to go off in this game, guess what? You should be on the over. You should be on the over for the Cardi B cutaways. Every time Stephon Diggs goes crazy, guess what? Cardi B is going to be shown on that screen. She's going to be shown on that screen. So if you think Diggs is going to have a great game, they're going to show Cardi just like they showed Taylor Swift last season. Another player prop. I love Rashid Shaheed, MVP. Talked about that. And Cooper Kupp, receptions. Stephon Diggs, does he have a chance to win MVP? As I said earlier, again, I would not bank on it because I just think the whole narrative and the storyline is heading towards Drake Maye's direction. But he would have to have like a $160 and 2 touchdowns for him to win MVP. I think against this Seahawks defense that obviously limits explosive plays is going to be in a too high safety shell. Like, I don't really see that happening. And then y'all last question, my anytime touchdown picks. Well, if I got Rashid Shaheed winning MVP, I for dang sure have him scoring a touchdown. So that's one right there. I also like Drake Maye rushing touchdown. Look, I might not like his rushing yards over, but if they get in the red zone, I like that. I like that a lot. Him rushing in to the end zone there. I know that there's good value on that. I do like Stephon Diggs to get a touchdown too. It's a good value there. You got Diggs. So I think whether it is Kenneth Walker, that's a given. That's a given, I feel like. Or JSN. Those two are given, but I think Rashid Shaheed is like a good John. Or if you want to lean towards experience, Cooper Kupp. He has been here before. He has that championship pedigree. He isn't going to be shy for this moment. He is a guy to watch out for. So, again, I appreciate y'all, man. I'm Real Talk with MJ. Real Talk with MJ. And I like to say just thank you to Bovada for his experience, all this stuff. You can follow me on Real Talk with MJ on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, YouTube, all that jazz. Talk about all sports, NFL, NBA. You got a full NBA season, left going into All-Star break. And again, once NFL season comes back, we're going to be on it. So be sure to follow, show some love. And again, let me know in the comments your favorite prop and your prediction. I got Seahawks 21, Patriots 18. That's what I like. Rashid Shaheed, MVP. And it's going to be a really good game for some teams that, honestly, we did not expect to be here at this point. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all. It is Real Talk with MJ. I'll always keep it real. I am out, y'all.